Hello everybody, my name is Ratnos and welcome to This Week in Mythic Plus. This week's affixes are Tyrannical, Inspiring, Quaking, and of course, Tormented. It's not the worst Tyrannical week on the calendar by far. In fact, like many of the Tyrannical weeks this season, it's pretty good. It's pretty good relative to a lot of the previous seasons and relative to the fortified weeks this season. Inspiring, of course, pretty rough, but you know, you can deal with it, right? There's usually a couple pulls per dungeon that get made really bad by it. Sanguine Depths in particular has like a bunch of... This is a dungeon to avoid, I'd say, this week. Most pulls have an inspiring mob, whereas a lot of other dungeons, like every other pull. In this dungeon, it feels like it's every single pull. I'm not sure, maybe that's just me. And then, of course, Quaking, which also coincidentally is nasty in Sanguine Depths. Is another one to look out for. If you don't have it, there's a Quaking weak aura that I will put in the description below. Let me see if I can show you what it looks like. Oh, I'm going to load all 5,000 of my weak auras, so hang on, I'm going to pause okay, there we go. Quaking. Quack. That's not how you spell that. Quack. That is how you spell that. I was right the first time, and then I said quack, and then I started spelling quack. All right, Quaking bar, this thing, which I then, there it is, this thing, which will count down to when there could be possibly a quaking time. This weak aura is fantastic. It's really, really useful to help you, because quakings just happen every 20 seconds. The game flips a coin. I don't actually know what the weights are, but the game randomly decides whether or not there will be a quake, and those are the only times quakes can happen. So if you have this bar, you can know when they can happen. Particularly useful weak aura for this week, for making sure that you're not going to get yourself quaked, and you're aware of when it's coming. Especially important against Sagadon, who last quaking week, it was really toxic, right? Sagadon would like grip you in on the quakes. The strat for this is to pull Sagadon with like 5 to 10 seconds before the next quake, I think. And then if you do that, it'll quake and then grip you in, rather than grip you in and then quake. So that is the solution for that, and that's why it's useful to have that weak aura, especially this season. A couple other things. Of course, if you want these routes, the link for those will be in the description below as well, if you want routes for every dungeon. There are also some hotfixes for this week, not really Mythic Plus related, but I figured I'd quickly go over them just in case you don't know what's coming, which is Anima Reservoir capacity greatly increased, and then this change, which has initially is pretty confusing. All domination gear now activates a gem set bonus, and legs also activate a gem set bonus, and so you can see what the set bonuses are going to be here. People read this and they initially think, oh, does this mean I'm going to get 2 set bonuses? Does this mean they're going to work in Mythic Plus? No, nothing has changed about how this works in Mythic Plus. And nothing has really changed for geared characters in Raid either. The only change for this is that if you're a character that's, say, missing a helmet, you can now have a belt. If you're a cloth user, get you your unholy set instead. But like if you think about it, we already have 3 set bonuses activated. Well, if you have shoulders, which I don't on this character, but you already have multiple set bonuses, activated, right? You have the gem that flavor text on multiple pieces already. The limiting factor for getting multiple set bonuses active is, first of all, being in the Maw or being in Torghast, which is still a requirement, so it doesn't work in Mythic Plus with this change. And second all, you only have 5 gem slots, right? So you can't fit 2 full sets into those 5 gem slots. Legs aren't getting a gem slot or anything. They are just activating a set bonus. It's a weird change that is, you need to kind of think about it for a couple minutes to actually realize that it's not doing any of those other things, but it is a good change. This is a change that will make it much easier to be like in a position like I'm in, right? On this character, say I really wanted to be playing Frost, and I just have never gotten Frost shoulders. I've cleared the raid, I think for 5 or 6 weeks now. I'm at rank 5 unholy as of next week, like as of very early actually into this week, and I still don't have any shoulders, right? Now, maybe it's because I haven't had enough people trying to trade it to me, but obviously not everybody's in a position where that could happen. And if I'd really been wanting to play Frost, that would have really sucked. But with this new change, now legs will get me Frost, and so as long as I have legs from the raid, which I do, then I'd have Frost activated. So all in all, that's what this will do. This will let you have your set bonus activated without needing that one. You'll have 2 ways of getting whichever set bonus instead of just that one, but not a big deal. Other than that, no Mythic Plus changes this week, but I figured this one in particular is worth talking about. Maybe it's not really Mythic Plus related, although I have gotten that question of whether this means they are working in M Plus now, which it still doesn't. The set bonuses don't work, only the shard effects themselves work. By the way, if you're wondering which shards you should run in Mythic Plus, the answer is the 3 damage ones and then the absorb one. Those 4 are the best shards. The 5th slot, you kind of don't even need a 5th shard. I mean, you can wear basically whatever of the others. None of them are super important. Or you can just, if you have an item level upgrade, say a Mythic Plus piece that's higher item level than some 220 thing you're wearing because it's got a domination socket, probably actually better to just swap in for the item level in that 5th slot instead. And in fact, that's what people are doing on the Tournament Realm for a lot of characters, is just getting more item level and forgoing that 5th domination shard. So that's for DPS. For healers and tanks, obviously your mileage may vary. Anyways, hope you like this video. That's what's coming this week in Mythic Plus, and I guess some general rambling about a bunch of other stuff, sort of tangentially related to Mythic Plus, but I started recording and then I had stuff to talk about, so that's what happened. Hope you liked the video. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Bye.